Alright, so let's do our second sample problem. Our second sample problem says we're going to convert 75 feet to some number of yards. Okay, so I have gone ahead, I've written down the problem. 75 feet equals some number of yards. We're going to start off by drawing our fraction line, and we're going to put in the first section the 75 feet. And then we'll draw a vertical line to separate the first section from the second section. The next thing that we do is we're going to find our conversion factor that compares feet to yards. Well, we know that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. But we know we have to write it as a fraction. And you'll remember that I told you that whatever unit we have on the top of the first section needs to go on the bottom of the second section. So if I look at this, I see I have feet on the top. That means I have to have feet on the bottom. And the number that goes along with feet in this conversion factor is 3 feet. So I'm going to write 3 feet on the bottom of that division line. And then I finish by putting the 1 yard on the top. So now I'm going to go ahead and cancel the units that I can cancel. Well, I can cancel feet on the top and feet on the bottom. They cancel out. I can also get rid of all my ones. I don't need them because I just get the same value every time I multiply by 1. And so now I need to multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and then I'm going to divide whatever my answers are. So 75 times nothing is 75. Nothing times 3, well, that's going to be 3. And the only units that I have left are yards. And so my units are going to be yards. So now I have 75 divided by 3. I can do that one quickly in my head because I know that that's equal to 25. And I keep the units yards. So 75 feet is equal to 25 yards. So let's look at our third sample problem. In our third sample problem, it says, what is 4 yards and 2 feet in some number of inches? Well, when we're given 2 different units, that means that we're going to have to set up 2 different fractions and then add them together at the end. So let's look how we do that. Okay, so we're going to do dimensional analysis again. We're going to do the 4 yards first. So again, we're going to draw our fraction line. Write what we start with in the first section. Look for a conversion factor. We want to compare yards and inches. Well, if you look at our conversion factor, you'll see that we have 1 yard is equal to 36 inches. We need to put that as a fraction. We start with yards here. That means we're going to put yards on the bottom of the second section because we want those yards to cancel out. That means what's left over is the 36 inches, and that goes on the top. We're going to multiply across the top, multiply across, first we're going to cancel. We cancel the yards and we cancel the 1. Now we're going to multiply across the top. 4 times 36 is 144. Nothing times nothing times nothing, well, that's just 1, so that's going to equal 144. And then the yards that we have left over are inches. Alright, so we have 144 inches. That's the 4 yards part. Now we have to do the 2 feet part. So we're going to do that real quick again. 2 feet. Draw our line. Separate them. This time we're going to use a different conversion factor. For this conversion factor, we're going to use 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. We need to put that as a fraction into our dimensional analysis here. We have feet on the top, which means that we need to have feet on the bottom. So 1 foot is going to go on the bottom. That means 12 inches has to go on the top. Cancel units. We're going to cancel the feet and the feet. We're going to cancel the ones because we don't have any calculations we'll be doing at them. We're going to multiply across the top. We're going to multiply across the bottom. 2 times 12 is 24. Everything on the bottom is canceled, so that's 1. So that equals 24 inches. So now we're going to take the 144 inches plus the 24 inches, and we're going to add those together. And so our final answer is 168 inches. And our last problem that we're going to do is we're going to convert 195 inches to feet, and we're going to convert it into feet and inches. So as we've done in the past, we have 2 problems. One is where we're going to get our answer in feet, and the other one is where we get our answer in feet and inches, but we're going to work it the same way. Again, we're going to start with drawing our division line. Write what they give us in the first section. Draw a line to separate it. And then look for our conversion factor. We want inch and feet. We know that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. We have inches on the top here, so we need inches on the bottom so that we can cancel them. So 12 inches on the bottom, and 1 foot goes on the top. Cancel the units. Inches cancel inches. Get rid of the 1. So now we have 195 feet divided by, the only thing on the bottom is 12. So now we need to divide 195 by 12. Twelve goes into 19 one time, it gives us 12. Subtract, and we get 7. Bring down the 5. 12 goes into 75. 6 times? Yeah, let's go with 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 plus 1 is 7. Yep, that worked out well. Subtract, and we get a remainder of 3. Well, we know that we have 16 feet. We got that in our answer. But what does this remainder of 3 tell us? Well, we know that we can take this remainder and turn it into a mixed number. And we can take the 3 and the 12 and make it a fraction, which is 3/12, which is equal to 16 and 1/4. And so 195 inches is equal to 16 and 1/4 feet. All right, for the second part of problem 4, it says that it wants us to take our 195 inches and turn it into feet and inches. Well, we solve it the same way. We set up the same conversion factors, canceling our units, canceling our ones, multiplying across the top, multiplying across the bottom, and then dividing. So we get the same answer, 16 with the remainder of 3. Since we started off with 195 inches, that remainder is also in inches. So we have 16 feet for our answer because we divided by the 12, and anything that's left over is going to be in inches. And so if they ask you to take the 195 inches, convert it into feet and inches, the top part of your answer is going to be in the feet, 16, and the remainder is going to be the inches. Alright, so now it is time to do your practice problems. Go ahead and sign on to Moodle, complete those practice problems, and then rate yourself using our scale, and write where you are next to the heading in your notes as to your ranking on our scale. That's it for our notes tonight, so have a great evening. If you have any questions, please bring them to class tomorrow.